Hello guys, it's Chamaster Toading, another Bakugan review. This time we have Rekka Hiryu, a Bakugan Armors Bakugan. So to explain real quick, well, I've already done all my BakuTech reviews. I realized I should probably do the same style of reviews for Bakugan Armors as well. So here we are, every Monday until about mid-December, I will be doing a new Bakugan Armors review. So anyway, starting with the first one here, Rekka Hiryu, the Pyrus Bakugan Armors Bakugan. So you can see its detailing. Looks pretty nice. Opening it up. Opens up like that. It does have a few manual parts. Of course, the feet here do fold out. And then also it has these horns up here that you can pull up. And there you go. There's Rekka Hiryu. So for Bakugan Armors, I will be rating them kind of based on a max potential. What I mean by that is, so most of them do have G-Power variants, so I will be taking into account the highest G-Power. And also, the feet, I will take into account the fact that, yes, they can, of course, be metal. Rekka Hiryu's are just plastic, but again, you can swap them out. As far as its G-Power goes, might be able to see that from there. Actually, it might be kind of hard to. There you go. 750. There is a 730G version, but this is the better one. Of course, as I said, Pyrus, and its Armor's ability is plus 100. So plus 100 kind of just gives you a 100 G-Power boost. So since there's a lot more G-Power stuff in Armors, that's actually pretty helpful. So yeah, pretty simple Bakugan, all things considered. Also does have some metal on the arms here. You got these kind of metal blades. They're not as good as some parts, but that does still help overall with like attack and stuff. So anyway, Rekka Hiryu, how good is this thing? Well, I guess first off, how much do I like it personally? I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid Bakugan. Nothing crazy, but still cool. But how good is this thing competitively? If you actually use this. Yes, I know these reviews are kind of outdated nowadays because BakuTech and Bakugan Armors are very rare, but still, I've always covered them like this, so I will continue to do so. But anyway, so this thing is weird. So it has, like, well, it doesn't really have much occupancy. It's not great for defense either, so I don't think that it gives that impression, but yeah, it's not particularly good for either of those. Doesn't really have any specific control elements to it. As far as how it opens up on the card, does it have anything that pops out, you know, with any force? Well, meaningful force? No. Like these arms, when they pop out, they don't really do a whole lot. They're not like crazy or anything, you know, it's not like a Kachiagel type of spring, so you don't have much there. The main thing is really just, yeah, if you swap out the feet for metal, you can get some, I guess, force with attack because, well, you got the metal blades here. It's like kind of close to having 4 metal parts on like a BakuTech, but also not quite as good because I don't think these blades personally are as good as convert pieces. So, I mean, you're close, but not quite there. So it is just kind of okay at attack at best. So what is the competitive score of this thing? 8 out of 10. It's really good. The reason it's really good is because, yeah, it has high G-Power. Bakugan Armors is, of course, known for G-Power battling, and while I am taking into account like BakuTech and stuff, kind of, you know, putting these into a BakuTech format, yeah, I mean, the G-Power, it does a lot. I think it's fair as well, because these things aren't as good physically, even though they have high G-Power, so you do have kind of a trade-off there, because yes, at best, this thing is like a mid, like, C-tier attacker, at absolute best. Again, assuming you do have the metal soul pieces there, but not good. It's just okay. However, yeah, I mean, it has 750 Gs, which is already pretty good, but again, I mean, you can make a 750G Dragon Dragon if you use like the Friendship Bind set Dragon piece, and then, you know, either the Dragon from the God 3 deck or the Friendship Bind set. both being, or not Friendship Line set, the one from the Bujin Dragon set, the Battlefield Economy set, rather. So that front piece, or the God 3-1, which is darkest, and then, of course, yeah, the Friendship Line set is just for the Giant piece with the plus 30. So yeah, you can make a 750G Giant Dragon. So I don't think 750Gs is really enough to help this thing. However, plus 100, this basically automatically just makes the ability, well, the Bakugan 850Gs, and like being 850Gs, that's a pretty big deal. Yes, it does get beat out by some other Armors Bakugan, but those do require gate card play, and yes, there are a lot of cards that are just all 0Gs. So with those, well, this thing is the best you can really get. Well, yeah, there are things like, for example, Zeta Municus, of course, can be higher. Of course, I mean, obviously the best Zeta Municus is 730Gs from the Friendship Line set. But yeah, it hits the 200G thing, which has a 1 in 8 chance of happening, which isn't very high, but in that case, yeah, it's 930Gs. Also, Diocivic, the blue Diocivic in particular, with its, Savic, can technically be up to 920Gs. So yeah, it does, there are still counters without gate cards and stuff, but they're very uncommon and also chance-based, so this thing is kind of your best bet at consistently high G powers. Again, though, there's a lot of gate card play that you can use, and I think that's pretty hard to navigate around, especially with a certain Bakugan we'll get to. Actually, that'll be the last review, Yasha Dagaris. That thing is crazy. We'll talk about that when we get to it in a few weeks. But again, just for the sake of consistency, I think this thing's an 8 out of 10. It's really, really good. And, I mean, physically, it's not the worst Armors Bakugan either. It's actually probably one of the better ones, which is kind of sad, because it's like I said, it was like mid-C tier at best. But, I mean, it's better than some of the other ones. It at least has some physicality to it, which is nice. And yeah, it also has the pretty high G power to it, which, yeah, again, that works. So anyways, I think that's it for Rekka Hiryu. Pretty solid Bakugan, definitely one of the better Armors Bakugan. So we're starting off with something pretty good here. And don't worry, there are still some other Bakugan that will be of note for sure. But this one, I think, is pretty good. So anyways, that's all for this video, so thanks for watching, and bye-bye.